So guys, welcome back to the CM Reacts channel, baby. Today I was talking about Jon Jones being a duck, but now we've got more to cover. We've got Stipe's interview. We've got Stipe's interview, but then we've also got the Jon Jones interview. Oh my days, it's about to go down. I'm not excited for this fight at all. Tom Aspinall should be fighting this guy, but he's not. And we're going to react to what Jon Jones had to say after this. Let's go, baby. Make sure my volume's up. Oh man, steep! Oh, that mic quality. Holy, that mic quality's bad.
Bon appetit, Stipe.
Man's gonna eat food.
It's been a little while since we've seen you here, on a fight week and everything like that. I know that maybe during your heyday you weren't exactly a big fan of these questions coming at you thick and fast, but
Man is eating food. Man is eating food. He is not trading. This guy does not give two fucks, bro. This man is eating cake. Is that cake? Is that cake on your table?
having been away for a while, do you feel any more open to it?
They still suck. I'm joking. No, I mean, listen, I understand it's part of the game, and people want to understand, hear you and see what you're doing. And, it does suck because it's repetitive because it is what it is. I mean, you guys want to get your story, and I get that. But it's gotten better over the years. I have accepted it. I understand it.
Was this your return to the cage, Jon Jones or bust, or were you always planning on coming back here and not having your last fight be in the Apex?
No, I definitely wasn't going to come back. Of course, I wanted Jon Jones more than anything. But if it wasn't going to happen, it wasn't going to happen. But luckily, everything worked out the way it did.
I think this fight's been an interesting one, right? When it was first booked, everyone was really hyped on it. Then they had the interim situation arise, and
They did have the interim situation arise. Are you going to talk about that situation real quick?
now that's sort of bringing questions outside this fight. But for you, obviously, you've been focused on Jon for years now.
Oh, not an advert.
Hey, Piggy.
Get this advert on my face.
Do you think by the time you get to fight night, people will appreciate that actually these are two of the best ever, and we need to appreciate you guys fighting for what it is?
Yeah, I hope so, but I'm not worried about that. I really don't. That's one thing I've learned in this career. Like, I stopped caring what other people think. You have your opinion. You have your opinion. I'm not going to change it. I really don't care.
Stipe coming on this
Jon Jones,
vibe.
obviously the best ever. Had amazing heavyweight career. He started coming up to heavyweight, beat Cyril. When he people look at him, they think of his range, they think of his size. Obviously, at heavyweight, that might not be as big a factor. Do you look at that as something you can negate because you're a bigger man or as big as he is?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that definitely plays into the fight. Definitely a different ball game when it comes to heavyweight. You got bigger guys hit harder. A lot of things.
Man's got that stuttering. Also, he's eating food while talking. That is so rude.
They're different. I think we'll see. I have some things up my sleeve too, just like he does.
He was a little upset at you for calling him a bitch.
I keep talking about that. But he was literally telling everyone he's going to beat my ass. Everyone was positive. Did he not say that before that? So, I mean, sorry. Well, did talk shit about me, but it's okay. All right, whatever.
I think, and then also he brought up your sparring partner choices.
I pay him.
Okay, so they're talking about sparring partners.
They're my teammates, and they're like, we're not getting paid. So I'm hiring people too. So whatever.
Do you think maybe he's just saying this to sort of build this fight up and build himself into needing a bit of spite between you two to give himself more of an edge in the fight?
Maybe not. I'm not. I don't know what he's thinking, but yeah, that some of the stuff was just I'm like, okay, I literally had no idea until someone told me. So it's funny. It's just comical. It's actually very funny.
Stipe, just next to him over here. You said that you learned not to really care about what other people say, and was there a point or a moment that did kind of click? And did you used to care like more than you kind of let on what everyone was saying about you or your opponents or anything?
Yeah, and in the beginning of my career, I was a little sensitive about it, like, 'cause, you don't know me, I don't know you, but why are you saying
They zoomed in on his face, bro. That's crazy.
shit like that to me? Like, I would get terrible DMs and stuff. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like you don't know me, but then I really just stopped caring because I realized like they don't know me, I don't know them. Like, like they're just pissed off about something and just trying to take it out of me, and I could care less. Honestly, it's the best thing I ever did in my life.
Has that kind of calmed down, like kind of all the hate and the vitriol coming your ways, like since?
No, I mean you get hate all the time. I mean you get DMs all the time. Like, you suck, you're a piece of shit. Like, hope you die, whatever. It is what it is.
And
That's
you said
crazy.
you always thought you.
Hope you die is crazy. That's a crazy comment.
You knew you'd come back at some point, but did you keep up with the sport at all? Did you watch, all the pay-per-views and the heavyweight fights?
I never watched pay-per-views, even through my whole career. Really, I mean, I do. Like, I mean, I don't say I didn't watch them ever, but I do watch them, especially when my friends are fighting. Like when Vellante was fighting, Wyman, Wonderboy. Like my friends, I'd watch them, and once in a while there was a good card, or if I was live. But like I really wouldn't go on my way. I have other things going on in my life that.
So you didn't really pay attention to like the rest of the heavyweight division, like.
I mean, I did. I mean, I had to because everyone's like texting me about it. But you see stuff on Instagram, and and then
This man's got the rusty old voice out, man. I don't think this is entertaining. This is not selling the pay-per-view.
social media. But I wasn't like I had to watch the fight or anything like that. I just whatever. Other things. I want to go to bed. I'm tired.
Okay.
And I think on the countdown, one of your coaches said he felt like you were a little pissed off when the first fight fell through. Was that just selling the fight, or did it kind of bother you, like so close to the fight that?
Yeah, it was more just you were that close. You worked so hard, and but it's part of the game. I wasn't mad that he got hurt. I just it's part of the game. I was just mad, pissed off because like I was at that point. I'm like, oh, you're so close, and then almost had it, and then gone.
Jon has said, he watches tape kind of religiously on his opponents. He wants to know every mistake they make. Like when they step to the left, he's going to throw this, he's going to throw that, and
they will actually pay you
I
for
know
just
that
playing
advert.
their games.
Please wait
There's
a
this
second
app
while
called
I
Just
skip
Play.
this advert.
Likes to know his opponents backwards and forwards. Are you the same type of guy to watch tape on Jon? And if so, do you see a lot of the same tendencies, or is he really like the narrative?
To this question, I hope Stipe goes, I don't need to watch tape on him because I'm going to whoop his ass. Oh my days. If he said that, that would create so much hype. Let's see what he says.
He's always a different fighter when he goes out.
Oh, I definitely watch film on him. Yeah, he has tendencies, and he does throw different stuff at different times, but also he does have tendencies like everyone else, and you just gotta exploit them.
Stipe right here. If you win this fight, you'll be
when you win
this fight, you'll be the second in UFC history to have 3 separate title reigns. You and Randy Couture. I guess what would that mean to you, and which one would be the most special? Beating Verdum, reclaiming it from Cormier, or this one?
They're all special. So I like winning. So whenever like between all 3 of them, like they're all wins. That's all I would care about. To me, they're all special. But maybe it's this one, I think, because it's just the Mecca. It's Jon Jones. Everyone's like, oh my God, Jon Jones, and I mean, I think get better than that or bigger.
Yeah, and you got belts at home already too. So is beating Jon Jones almost a bigger accomplishment than taking another belt back with you?
Oh, of course. I mean, when you get that belt again, it's always nice. I have 6 of them, and I can't wait to get 7.
And you guys will be at the press conference tomorrow. I don't know if you've seen Jon in person yet. I guess what's your expectations for that? Do you have any idea like what he'll?
What is this man eating, bro? He is just... This guy's a fatty, bro. This man has taken 6 bites in the last 5 minutes,
be like
bro.
Towards you, and are you looking forward to seeing him in person and like sizing him up on a stare down?
Yeah, I don't care. I don't ill will towards the guy. We're here to fight each other and beat the shit out of each other. Yeah, I'm not always gonna act. I'm shake his hand like, hey, good to see you. How you doing? See you Saturday. That's about it.
Stipe, to you, right? The build up to this fight, Jon keeps talking about being a legend and his legacy. You're also a legend.
We ain't talking about his legacy because he doesn't have one. He doesn't have a legacy right now. Let's be honest. His legacy is a performance-enhancing drug cheat. He's a drug cheat. If he has a legacy in this fucking UFC, if he has a legacy, that's crazy because he's a drug cheat. And I hope you know that. Also, he beats his wife on the daily, so let's not skip past that either.
Decide to hang him up. How do you want to be remembered?
Sip of the
I
water,
mean, remember
thinking.
just that guy that went out there and just blue collar dude went out there and fought and beat ass, and just it was never given anything was all earned. Just normal, blue collar dude, just love to fight.
Speaking of retirement, you recently changed fire departments. How long till you can retire as a fireman?
Oh, that's a long time. We're not talking about that one. That's a long one.
Tom Aspinall is weighing in as a backup fighter. Things have happened to Jon Jones during fight week. I'm sure you don't want to think about that. But
Well, thanks for jinxing it.
During your preparation, did you have to, prepare for Tom at all?
I mean, yes, no. We talked about it. There's things he does. We watched them on him too. But right now, we're about Jon Jones. That's all I care about. I'm not gonna think about anything else besides that, unless it happens. And if it does, you should not be coming to the fight. I will find you.
I won't. Last question for me. I know you kind of brushed on this. When Jon pulled out of the fight a year ago, was there any thought of fighting?
I like Tom Aspinall as the backup fighter here, but if I want one person to pull out, it should be Stipe. If Stipe comes in to the press conference, goes, "Nah, my leg's hurting, guys, so we're gonna have to get my backing opponent. We're gonna have to get Tom Aspinall." If Tom Aspinall walks in there with some shades on, going, "Yo, Jon Jones, I know I can beat ya in a fight." If he goes like that, that'd be crazy. That's crazy. And then we'll see Jon Jones, of course, pull out again, like he did against, what's his name? Chael Sonnen.
Somebody else kind of,
I just really wanted to fight Jon. I think the best of the best. People wanted to see it.
Best versus the best.
It's a fight I really want.
Best versus the best. Right now, brother, you are not the best. You are not the best right now. You are the past best. Jon Jones wants to fight you because you're an easy win. And you, on his, let's say, resume, even though his resume is null and void because he drug cheated, he wants to put you on that long list of resume.
It's a great legacy fight, everyone says. And unfortunately, we get injured. It's part of the game, and it happened. And
Part of the game.
I was pissed off, not at him, because what am I supposed to do? Get hurt. I was more pissed off because you're so close and they get hurt, and then it just sucks.
So we're talking about how he got hurt.
Steve over here. So when you see Jon saying, he's interested in an Alex Pereira fight, when you see his Twitter's flooded with people talking about Aspinall, that's where his attention is there. Does that bother you at all? Do you see that as him looking past you?
Sure, good. That's not a good thing to do. I mean, I'm looking at that Saturday. Me and him. That's all I care about. Jon Jones. So my mind is on him.
Sorry, just with the time off, do you envision any sort of needing a minute or two to get your foot back, or does that not matter to you at this point?
No, that was good. No questions.
Your head coach, Marcus Marinelli, is someone over the years that hasn't received the most attention, but has stuck by your side and basically dedicated his life to helping you improve as a fighter. What does that mean to you, not as a fighter, but as a person?
If you're an iPhone and Android
That's a
user
good question,
and want to watch movies for
but
free,
that is
this
crazy.
app is actually for you. It's literally
Why are we talking about coaches now? Okay.
Well, it was just he hasn't just dedicated his life to me. I'm special. We have all our fighters. It's not just me. We have the whole team. He puts all his time and effort into us. He gives everything we got, and which you want. And he's my best friend. He is the godfather to my daughter. That's how much I love the man. That's how much I look up to him.
That's how much I love a man. Pause. He just said that's how much I love a man. That's crazy. That is a crazy statement right there. That is how much I love a man. It's crazy. He's a lover man, bro. He loves men, bro. Crazy. That's a promotion of the fight.
Yeah. He'll get his recognition. He's doing well. I mean, the thing about him is that he gets.
Make sure Jon Jones doesn't know you love a man, because he might be interested.
Homegrown guys, he makes them good. And a lot of guys like to change gyms, and gyms get guys from other places, and he doesn't. We do, but they're mostly homegrown guys, that's hard to do. He's doing something right.
And just one more for me. You're a big Cleveland Guardians fan. They actually brought you out to Game 5 of their series with the Tigers. They won that game, but it went on to lose to the New York Yankees. Is there any part of you that wants to get this back for Cleveland, or does that not matter to you at all?
No, of course, man. Cleveland's best. I want to give them something to celebrate about. And the Cavs are killing it right now. They're 12-0. I mean, let's go. They'll make it to the finals, win it, and we'll have a bunch of championships again to celebrate and have a good time in Cleveland.
Hello, Stipe.
Hey, buddy.
How much are you proud of Croatian roots?
Another. Best country in the world.
What was the last time you visited Croatia?
2019, 2020, just because of COVID and everything. That was hard to go there. Plus with the kids.
Any plans to visit again?
Yes, we are going to. Actually, I want to bring my mother. She wants to go, but I'm going to wait till our children get a little bit older. Well, my daughter's good, but when my son's a little bit older, and once you guys try him potty trained, oh my God, it's terrible. So once he gets potty trained a little bit older, we'll be good.
On Saturday night, Croatia will be awake and watching your fight. What would be your message to your Croatian fans?
Thank you for all your support. It means the world to me, and and new.
And also, my last question is: recently, a great NFL coach, Bill.
Why are you making him talk about Croatia and how he's going to go there again? I didn't know. I didn't need to know that he was going to go to Croatia. But I've been to Croatia before. I've been to Dubrovnik, baby. Okay.
Belichick got
Enough
Croatian
about me. We don't need to be talking
citizenship.
about where we
Actually,
go.
he got a Croatian passport.
Yeah.
Would you like to have one?
I'm already on it. Me and my wife are already on it. We've been talking about it.
Maybe.
Okay. Stipe, you've been tight with LeBron in the past. Are you still close to them? And when was the last time you guys spoke?
Well, I mean, I don't have his number. Hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah. No, I mean, he's gone doing his thing, man. He's got bigger fish to fry than talk to me. No, I mean, we had met the one time. We took a picture. I'm a good dude, and that was about it. So wish him nothing but the best.
Awesome. Then one more real quick. If you could challenge one person in the world, not in the UFC, to a fight in the ring, who would it be?
My wife.
Why your wife?
She beats me up all the time. No, I'm joking.
She beats me up.
No, I don't know.
Wait a second. He said, if I had to challenge anybody in my world, I'd challenge my wife because she beats me up. Oh my days. Is that a switch? Is that a... I might be reaching, guys, but Jon Jones beats his wife. Is he trying to switch it? Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't really, that's a good question. I really never thought about that. I just,
This is when I'm like, I wish I could in hypothetical world.
Yeah, no, it would never happen. She'd still beat me up. That's the problem. She'd still win.
Francis Ngannou would be a good shout. Not in the UFC. Francis Ngannou and Stipe 3 trilogy fight, bro. That kind of would sound great.
Doesn't matter. So I would lose.
Appreciate it.
On a quick lighter note, you're famously a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
There's crazy stories from firefighters all the time. What is a funny, goofy, lighthearted thing that you've had maybe recently or this past year, whatever, at the department?
Saving a cat.
I mean,
sounds like you can't say a couple of them.
Yeah, they're pretty much X-rated, so you can't really say I'm joking. Yeah. Well, I had one time, so there's nothing terrible, but I remember I had one guy at our station, and I had a massive pimple on my back, and I'm like, "Yo, Ron, dude, you gotta pop this for me." He's like, "No." I'm like, "Please." I just begged him fine. He's like, "Fine." So he gets up and he's trying to get it more. So we get one over 18 or 20 gauge needle. He hits it, nothing. to get a 16. Man, that thing popped. Man, that mucus plug in that pimple, dude, it was disgusting for like 4 feet. Till I started dry heaving, it was great. It was fantastic. That was like a little itty bitty of it. Like, it's nothing compared to what we've done, but yeah, I mean, it's good times.
I regret asking.
He said that's nothing compared to what we have done. That could be gay. That could be very, very gay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was disgusting. It was amazing, though.
It was amazing, though. Okay, that's the end of the interview. He didn't say goodbye. What a cunt. We are going to now go over to Jon Jones's interview, baby. Let's see. So now we are going to react to the next one. Now we are going to react to Jon Jones's interview, 23 minutes long. Let's get straight into it. That's a fake belt on the table. That is a fake belt on the table. I repeat. Where is Tom Aspinall's belt? That is the fake heavyweight championship belt. The interim title should now be turned into Lee Champion's title. So by that, Jon Jones has committed fraudery. Why does he have a belt on the table? That's not his.
What's up, everyone?
John, over here, other side, right in front of you.
Nice.
Obviously,
Hey, do one of you guys have my jacket? Is he here?
Why is he avoiding questions, bro? Man asked him over here, and he went, nice. Okay, I'm going to look over here. Let's see if he brings it back to that guy. Let's see.
Is he like right near? All right. Give me a second, okay?
You're good. You're good.
You're not going to be the only one. Okay.
He said, you're good. Okay, let's see. Man's walked off. Okay, let's see when he comes back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It cut to him joining back. Imagine if it was like 20 minutes they were waiting for.
Okay, I'm ready.
Man's got his jacket on.
Well, John, this side, right here. Hey, obviously, I think since the UFC became legal, or MMA was legalized in New York, and they started to have these cards at MSG every November, every interview you do, that usually kind of like, when are you going to fight in New York? When are you going to fight in New York? Now you are going to fight at MSG as the heavyweight champion. So I guess, how does it feel to finally get this chapter of fighting?
He is not the heavyweight champion. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion. Because you won't fight him. You won't fight him. You won't fight him. You won't fight him. You will never fight Tom Aspinall in your life, because you know what happens if you do, which is you get knocked out. Stone Cold Steve Austin G.
Not just in New York, but in Madison Square Garden as a champion, off your bucket list?
I'm proud. I'm proud to be
I'm
here.
proud. I'm
proud
proud
of
to be here.
the state of the UFC. To see Dana up on stage at the election, I feel like that moment just elevated the whole sport. Americans and people from around the world. It's like, who's the ballhead dude talking? Like, that represents all of us.
Oh
And
my
I feel
days,
like
that
even you guys
represents.
as being MMA.
Why is this man sucking off Dana White? Do they have a gay contract together? Are they legally married? Because, let's be honest, Dana White has been blowing smoke up our backsides, telling us how great Jon Jones is as a fighter. I wouldn't be surprised if Jon Jones and Dana White have sexy pics of each other.
Reporters, I feel like it puts you all on like a more prestigious level. That's how I genuinely feel. And so to be here at Madison Square Garden it's like the fight capital of the world, and to have the president possibly in attendance, it's just it's all a huge honor to have your face
Huge honor.
on
Okay.
the billboards in Times Square. It just feels amazing, you know. I was in Vegas a few days ago, and you know, people were treating me like absolute royalty, you know, and it's just a different feeling in the air.
Treating you like royalty. Who treats this man like royalty? I have a bone to pick with you. I will knock you out if I ever see you. Why would you treat him like royalty? Number one, he's a wife beater. A wife beater. Number one, you are supporting a wife beater. Second, you are supporting a guy who's taken performance enhancing drugs and stole Daniel Cormier's win. Okay? Daniel will never be the same, man.
Right now, everyone cares about this fight. It feels like
No one
there's a
cares
lot of
about this
fans that
fight.
felt
No one cares about this fight. I only care about you versus Tom Aspinall. Why don't you actually fight someone that is in their prime? Oh my god.
like this fight shouldn't have been the fight. But from my point of view, it's like one of the most prestigious things I've been a part of in my whole career, being the
I
main
didn't
event
ask.
of the Garden, and I'm grateful, and I'm very, very honored for the opportunity to be in this position.
And you've made it known when you finally do have your opponent, you watch tape on them, so you know everything, all their ticks, all their why they step, why they throw hit kicks, why they block certain things. When you break down Stipe, a guy many people consider the greatest, it's usually between him, Kane, and DC as the most skilled heavyweights. Do you see him as the most skilled heavyweight the UFC has ever seen, and possibly the most skilled opponent you've faced in the UFC?
I think actually Daniel Cormier is probably the most skilled. You know, his Olympic level wrestling, his dirty boxing, his boxing. But Stipe's beat Daniel Cormier. Stipe, he deserves to be here, man. He can wrestle. He always comes lean.
Man's trying to justify a fight with Stipe when he's 42 years old and he hasn't fought in 4 years. Oh my god.
And in shape. He has great cardio.
Yeah, great cardio.
And he has that
Awesome.
right hand. You know, whether it's the straight right, the overhand right, or the right uppercut. That's his real weapon. That's his ticket. Um, we're very aware of that, and we're very prepared for that.
And just last one for me. I remember when you were prepared to fight Gustafsson the first time, all the questions were about Glover because he had just kind of been on the rise. And then you fought Glover, and all the questions were about Daniel Cormier. Everyone was like, what are you going to do after Glover? Now everyone's talking about another guy not named Stipe. So I guess why do you think that narrative has always followed your career? It's like fans and media never focus on the fight you have. It's always on the one they want to see next.
You know, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I think what it is being so good at what I do that
I might end this video right now. This man just said you're so good at what you do. So you're good at being a wife beater. You're good at being a UFC fighter that takes performance enhancing drugs. Perfect.
it's just almost never enough.
Never enough, okay?
I'm very aware that that the Tom Aspinall is like
To go now until the Italian Grand Prix here in Mugello.
Man's talking about Tom Aspinall. Let me tell you something real quick. If you insult my king, I am going to rip you a new life.
the Tom Aspinall is like it's making more headlines than Stipe, and it's just the way that it is with me. You know, when I win, there's always an excuse. Well, oh, he really.
Tom Aspinall is the interim heavyweight title holder. You should be fighting him next. It doesn't matter if you had this booked. It doesn't matter. He's the interim title holder. What do you mean? Would it make a difference if Stipe and Tom Aspinall fought for the interim belt? Would it make a difference then? No, it wouldn't.
Really wasn't that well rounded, or yeah, it's an interesting place to be in. And it's hard to compare to any other fighter because I don't think any other fighter in our sports history has ever had to deal with it. I just beat Cyril Gain, and we can go back in a time machine and hear the way that people talked about Gain, his athleticism and his speed, and I mean what he did to Taitu Tavasa, and and then as soon as I beat him, he's like, oh well, he wasn't that, or he's this, and so it's a very interesting place to be in, and it just is what it is.
John, with
Cyril Gain, bro. Mango Cyril Gain, bro. If that's his name, that's crazy.
that narrative,
Cyril
you've obviously
Gahn, by
been
the
having
way.
a little bit of fun with it in the lead up to this fight. You're saying quack quack on Twitter, addressing the duck things. What are those fans getting wrong? Why?
You are a fucking duck. You're a duck. 'Cause why won't you fight Tom Aspinall? After this, you should be fighting Tom Aspinall. But you're not ever gonna fight him. 'Cause you know you're going to get knocked the fuck out. Mm, 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 mm. If that's a good song, tell me, and I'll make a full song.
You're not ducking Tom Aspinall. What are they
You are
reading wrong
ducking
about
Tom
this
Aspinall.
situation?
Don't you
Okay,
dare
so
deny it.
I feel like narratives have been created that just truly aren't there. You can't duck a man that you were never scheduled to fight. It's like
You can't duck a man that you were never scheduled to fight. You are not scheduled to fight this man, but you are scheduled in binding contract. An interim title holder should have a fight with the champ next. He should be next, rightfully next. It doesn't matter.
it's like saying you got turned down by a girl who you never even hit on. You know what I'm saying? It's like me and Dana and Hunter have never sat down and talked about Tom Aspinall. He's never been on my radar. Never. I mean, just a moment ago, it was him and Sergey that was fighting, and Sergey could be in this position right now, and I would still be in the same place. Of I've beat people my whole career, and once I beat them, like the show just goes on. Like I'm like the French fans were just all over my case.
You're not gonna beat him though. You're not gonna beat Tom Aspinall. Stop trying to allude to that fact. You can't beat him. He's got a better strike game than you. He's bigger than you. He's better than you. He's a better wrestler than you. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. You cannot beat him. Doesn't matter.
And I just beat their guy. And I find myself constantly in the same position of, oh wow, he just beat another guy. Like what's next? You know what I mean? Like when I beat Glover Teixeira, he was on a 20-fight winning streak, and you beat Glover, and then everything just moves on. So for me personally now, it's just like I get that Tom is an exciting fighter. I get that finally, after 16 years, we found somebody who's 7 years younger than me and 30 pounds bigger than me. Like, we finally found someone who may give me a great challenge. And everyone wants to see it so bad. But for me, it's like, what is it? What's in it for me? He changes nothing if I beat him.
It changes nothing if you beat him. What would it change if Tom Aspinall beats you? That is a point. Also, you can't beat him. That's the crazy fact.
Beating Tom is just like beating Cyril Gain. Has a whole country behind him. He's hot right now. What happens to me after I beat him? Nothing changes for me.
You're not gonna beat him though.
So So I'm not ducking Tom Aspinall. If I failed to fight Stipe, I would be ducking Stipe because we contractually have been signed up to fight over a year ago. This is Stipe's position. The Tom narrative came out of nowhere. He won a belt, and now suddenly I'm ducking him. I've never had negotiations to even fight him, if this makes sense. So the fans are just ignoring it. They're ignoring all logic, and they just have finally found someone that they think can compete with me, and everyone wants to see it now.
I guess the clarifying question then is, if Dana and Hunter do come to you after this fight, they make the figures make sense to you, would you then be open to fighting Tom Aspinall, or are you categorically thinking, he does nothing for me, I will not fight that guy?
You are going to retire. You are going to retire your title because Tom Aspinall would whoop your ass. Tom Aspinall has beaten more UFC ranked heavyweights than you. He has more title defenses than you, and he's interim champion. That's peak.
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me.
Doesn't matter. He beats your ass.
If you're a person that wants to see me really challenged, then I get it. Right? Like I said, 7 years younger, like 35 pounds bigger than me. Right? I get it. It's like, wow, this John's so good. We finally found someone way younger and way bigger than him. Let's see how he does against that. I get that narrative.
You're gonna
for
lose.
Me, if you were
That's
my
why
manager,
you're making
if you were
the
on my
excuse.
team,
He's making the excuse that he's heavier, 7 years younger than him. He's making that excuse to turn it into a narrative where he's not in his generation, which is crazy.
why not fight against Pereira, a guy who's the same age as you, and we walk around the same exact size? Right now, I had to eat a big breakfast because I'm getting underneath 235. Pereira walks around at like 240, and he has magnificent accolades. Business-wise, it makes more sense. I'm going to call him this, fight the nobody that may be more dangerous, or fight the guy with all the accolades who's incredibly dangerous, but it actually will affect your legacy. Me beating Cyril Gane didn't change anything for me, just gave me a few more millions. And it would be the same for Tom Aspinall, where when you look back and it's like John just beat Alex Pereira.
Let's talk about Alex Pereira real quick. You would whoop Alex Pereira's ass. His take defense is worse than my math skill, and that's pretty bad. His takedown defense is not good, and Jon Jones knows how to wrestle and control you on the ground, which is crazy. He would whoop his ass.
It's bigger.
It's not bigger. I don't believe it's bigger.
It's just much bigger. And anybody who can't understand that logic simply doesn't want to.
Last one for me.
He's our target.
We don't want to, because guess what? Tom Aspinall is the interim heavyweight champion. Also, if Alex Pereira wants to fight you, he has to move up to heavyweight. He then has to fight Tom Aspinall to fight you. The winner fights you. Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira. And trust me, Tom Aspinall is whooping that ass.
But he's just an orphan without any abilities.
Last one for me. The gloves. It looks like we're switching back to the old UFC gloves after these new ones came in June. Do you have any thoughts on that? Are you excited about using the old gloves? And what is your opinion on that?
I'm really excited about the old gloves. I got sent a pair of the new gloves several weeks ago. I tried them on, and I thought they were tight. I used to fit an XL, and then the new glove, I had to put on a 3XL. The shape, curving your hands like that, they were very uncomfortable for me. And I was actually really stressed thinking about how am I going to go into fight week wearing these gloves that I don't even want to train in. So when I got a phone call recently, Hunter said, everyone on this card are veterans. Why put a bunch of vets in a new glove? Let's give you guys all what you're used to. It was a major relief to my coach, Brandon, who wraps my hands. It was a major relief to me as well.
John, yeah, you're right. So Dana calls you the greatest fighter of all time. Many people agree with you. agree with that. I agree with that. That said, a lot of the other GOATs now,
You can't be the greatest fighter of all time when you took performance enhancing drugs. Oh my days. These interviewers are so dumb.
sports, Tom Brady, Usain Bolt, Simone Biles, those kind of people, they kind of sidestep the GOAT talk and but you like embrace it, and you'll be online and you almost seem insulted if anybody says someone else is. Like, why is it so important to you?
You know, I don't know if I agree with me being insulted if they say anybody else is. Dana definitely advocates for me.
True.
I think more than I advocate for myself, and it means a lot. MMA is just a different sport. You know, like throwing a football, it's very tough. And I'm a massive Tom Brady fan. I'm a massive LeBron James fan and Michael Jordan fan, and you name all the greats in the other sports. But fighting transcends a lot. It's just different. I mean, you get billionaires in their office, and you look in their office, and they have pictures of Muhammad Ali. You know, you can be black.
This man is so stupid.
White, Jewish, Muslim, Christian, and
Talk about all the religions.
people just look up to fighters differently.
It's different.
It's
Bigger
just
than God.
It's a different thing to wear. It's a different honor to have. It's a different badge to possess.
Different, bro.
And you know, Muhammad Ali himself, he went around and he said, "I am the greatest." You know, and we remember that to this day. You know, I could walk around and say, "I am the greatest," and you would know I was referencing Muhammad Ali. And even Mike Tyson, you know, like with his greatness, it's a different. It's polarizing in a different way. And if I've gotten this close to be considered in that realm of conversation, then I might as well embrace it, and I might as well advocate for myself because reaching this level, it just doesn't come often. What I've done is a really special thing, and sometimes you got to be.
It's not special when you took performance enhancing drugs. Oh my God, I need to kill myself.
Your own biggest cheerleader, and in this case, I want to be that. I want to stand up for that.
Man wants
My
to be
mom,
a
who's not here
cheerleader.
anymore,
That's crazy.
she would want me to do that.
Last one for me. I agree that the Alex Pereira fight would be massive. Obviously, the accolades. I think it's a really strong argument you make. That said, I think that one of the critiques people have is not that you picking Alex over Tom. It's the he doesn't deserve to fight me statement. When you compare his career at this point to when you got a title shot, he has more wins, more stoppages, more wins against ranked opponents, more main events. He's got the interim title. So what is your response to people saying, like, not that you take it out for him? The guy's amazing.
Right.
But
oh my days, that is a great question. And this interview fired some shots at him. He said when you got a title shot at his age, he had more ranked opponents than you. He knocked out more people than you. He's had more finishes than you. Oh my God, this man is stating so many facts right now.
But Tom doesn't deserve me comment.
Well, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't phrase it right. You know, the truth is, he does deserve many great things in his life, and I wish him to have a magnificent UFC career. I really do. I have nothing personal against Tom. So maybe I shouldn't have said that he doesn't deserve, because he does deserve great things. What I'd like to see him do is go on and have a great career. You know, so many times people like to just try to go straight to the top, you know. And if we're in a business setting where he is and where I am, he wouldn't even be crossing paths with me. He wouldn't even be talking to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. It's not about what Tom deserves or don't deserve. I believe it's what I do deserve. And after this many years with this company and all the work that I've put in, I believe I'm at a place where I deserve to be able to say, I don't want to fight that guy. I want to fight this guy. I want to fight that guy. And that's why I'm be more than willing to relinquish the belt. I don't feel like I need the heavyweight championship of the world.
We don't just do offers. We do golden offers like this. Why is this man ducking? Why is this man
Relinquish the belt. I don't feel like I need the heavy.
He's dunking. He's ducking. He's dunking. He's ducking.
Weight championship of the world. I feel like what I've created for myself is almost bigger than belts. To take a step back and say, hey, you become the heavyweight champion. Go ahead and let's see you become a 17-time champion. Or let's see you even beat Stipe's record. That's going to be hard for anybody to do. But what I do feel like I deserve is the ability to just take a step back and say, hey, either I retire or I start fighting fights that make sense to my legacy. And Alex Pereira is the only fight right now that makes sense to my legacy. A guy who's young and my age and active still, and have something worthwhile to me. Fans around the world, a lot of people really want to see me lose. They really want to see me lose. To see me walk away with all the chips just irks people inside. And I'm glad to be in this position to walk away with all the chips. And yeah, at the end of the day, Pereira's worth risking it for me. I don't know how many ways I can say it, but he just doesn't have the titles. You know, he can have finishing rate, high finishing rate, and all that type of stuff, but he doesn't have titles. And when you have 17 world titles, it only makes sense to fight somebody on your level. And Tom Aspinall and Alex Pereira are not on the same level. Maybe they're both excited. They have the same.
You're saying they're not on the same level. Do you know what Tom Aspinall would do to Alex Pereira? He would take him down with his wrestling and absolutely demolish him. Okay?
Excitement level. But when it comes down to what they are doing, they're not on the same level. And so for me, when I have belts and I have money and all that type of stuff, I'm looking for the legacy stuff. Tom doesn't give that to me. Hype. I would shut up hype. But I've been doing that.
He gives you that legacy though, because he has the shortest fight time in history. Imagine if you beat him, the guy with the shortest fight time in history, Tom Aspinall, baby. It's damn true. He has the shortest fight time in history. Imagine what you would add to your legacy. Your legacy that doesn't even exist because you're a PD cheat.
My whole life is shut up hype. Me selfishly, I want legacy. That's what I want.
John, down here to your right. I know you're sorry. I know you're undecided on retirement. It seems with each passing interview, you're flip-flopping one way or the other. But if you could reflect on your career, do you have any regrets, or do you think everything has panned out the way that it's supposed to pan out?
I have many regrets. But at the end of the day, I'm very aware that the man that I am today has turned out to be a pretty solid human being, individual, team player, neighbor. I mean, you name it. I'm really proud of the man that I am today. And I think everything that you go through in life, it shapes you. And I wouldn't have the wisdom that I have today if I hadn't gone through some of the things that I've gone through. So today
Like
I'm a very,
wife
very proud
beating.
man
Oh
of who I
my
am today.
god.
And yeah, it's been a great career. I'm not sure if I answered your question. And as far as retirement, the idea for me is to go out there and beat Stipe. You know, how rude of us is it to just be completely looking past Stipe already? So the main goal is to get past Stipe. And if I can do it in a really dominant, devastating fashion, then the desire in my heart would be like, okay, now it's Alex Pereira. And if the UFC doesn't want that to happen, because ultimately it's the boss's decision, then it won't happen. And I'll just move on with my life. But that's one of the ways I look at it is, would you guys rather lose me or get one more super fight? And the only super fight that makes sense to me, not to everyone else, but to me and my team, is Alex Pereira.
And what would you say is your favorite moment of your career?
Favorite moment in the career would be back in 2011. The way that I felt in Newark, New Jersey.
You're so fucking bad. You're so fucking bad. Ducking Tom Aspinall one last super fight. Crazy.
Helping a couple who had just been robbed. You know, I went to school for criminal justice, and to be able to take someone down and subdue them until the cops come, and then win a world championship just moments later, man, I felt like I got to use my power for the right thing twice that day. And I'll never forget that day.
At least that's a nice thing
Best
you've done.
moment
At
in my
least
career.
that's a nice thing you've done.
Thank you, sir. Great questions. You budger. Look at you. How do I... My man right here, you're so patient.
About me or
you? You.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you. So my question is the question you have faced earlier, like years before. I just wanted to ask this on your, like, not the final chapter. I really hope it's not final chapter for you in Octagon, but maybe in the middle of your final book. So the question sounds like this: are you a bad guy trying to be good, or are you a good guy trying to be?
Do you want your phone to be like this? Download this app for free.
I think he's just a bad person in general.
So the question sounds like this: are you a bad guy trying to be good, or are you a good guy trying to be bad? How would you answer this question right now?
So I've answered that question before in the past. It went pretty viral.
Yeah, no.
But I'll elaborate on that question. Some people are not going to want to hear this, but in the Christian faith, we believe that we're all born into sin. We're all sinners. The moment that Adam bit that apple in the Garden of Eden, we all became kind of condemned to sin. And the way Christianity works is it's a decision to accept Christ into your life and to accept Christ into your heart. And so naturally, my nature is of one of sin, and that's all of us. And I believe that it's our job to try to do the right things and to try to walk in the light instead of the darkness. And so that's what I meant when I answered that question. I think we are all rotten at the end of the day and trying to do the right things.
That's an amazing answer. Thank you, Jon.
Thank you.
Hey, Jon, just a quick one for you, man. And I think it's been great. Like your answers have seemed really honest, and it's like, yes, Alex Pereira, from a business standpoint, makes more sense than Tom. And I also thought it was great that you were like a guy 7 years younger, 30 pounds heavier. You know, like I get it why fans want to see it. And maybe some fans want to see you lose, but I also think fans just want to see you like really challenged. Like they see you as like you're this greatness, and we want to see greatness challenged. Like a lot of people, their favorite fight of yours is Alexander Gustafsson, you know? So is there still a part of you, like as a competitor, that is drawn at all to that? Like I hear everything that you're saying.
This man's just sucking off Jon Jones by giving him a compliment and then asking him if he'll fight Tom Aspinall. All my days, he's paraphrasing.
But I also like, and maybe that's just something about like getting older and what you've accomplished in your career. But I think that's why people want to see it. It's like they see it as like this great challenge. They want to see greatness challenge. Like, does that entice you at all? Still,
there's a part of it that does, but if I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an asshole that I don't want to do business with him. You know, it's just like his fans have been so annoying. And obviously, you don't get this far.
Tom Aspinall has been an asshole. Let's just play this real quick. So, guys, apparently, Tom Aspinall is an asshole. Apparently, I can't believe Jon Jones has said this. How can he be more of an asshole than you, Brodowski, when you've been dodging him constantly? You've been abusing your wife. You've been a performance-enhancing drug cheat. You've been stealing wins your whole entire UFC career almost. You are the most tested UFC fighter in history, and you are the most failed drug cheater in UFC history, which is crazy. If Tom Aspinall is such a cunt, let's hear this call out by him. Let's hear this call out from him. Also, you can't be talking about fans. Fans has got nothing to do with Tom Aspinall individually. Let's hear how Tom Aspinall calls you out, okay?
I just spoke to the boss man, and who wants to see Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones? Tom, that would absolutely be the fight that the world wants to see. Jon Jones is probably watching this, so send him a message. Hello, Jon. I have nothing against you personally.
So it starts off by him saying, "Hi, Jon. I have nothing against you personally."
But I just think I'm better than you. I just know that I can.
I just think I'm better than you. I think that I can beat you in a fight.
Beat you in a fight. So I'm coming for it. I just spoke to the boss man.
That is all he said about you. And he made a comment about you being a duck. But you have been ducking him religiously. So let's get back to you calling him an asshole. Let's continue watching. This shit show's almost over.
It's like I'll do business with you. I would risk it all with a human being like you. You actually have the accolades to back up your shit. This other guy is just a big mouth who's hot today. There's been so many guys who's hot today who are just gone. You know?
He's got so many wins against ranked opponents. He has nobody else to beat except you and Cyril Gahn. Oh my god, you're a cunt.
Sergey was in the same position not too long ago. Now he's starting to fall off already. I've just been around this sport too long to give a big mouth who's hot today the opportunity. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
This Madodger. Anyway, thank you for watching the CM Reacts video. Jon Jones, you're a cunt. If you ever listen to me, I hope you die. Alright. Thank you for watching. Peace.